Hey there! It's that time of the year when everybody starts setting up their new bullet journals. While I love making of it my creative outlet, I do appreciate the original minimal side of it. That is why I am introducing this series, the Minimal Bullet Journal. So if you are into that style, or if you are setting up a journal for the first time, keep watching. I will be sharing from the minimum basics to a little bit of extras you can add to enrich your journaling experience. The journal I will be using is from Rock Design and the paper is made of stone. I will link my review on it if you're curious. Let's start with the index. You will have to number your pages if they're not already numbered. But trust me, your future self will thank you for this one. It will make your life easier when it comes down to looking for a certain note or event from the past. Now let's move on to the future log, which will be containing the tasks or events that you have planned for the future. This is helpful because the bullet journal, unlike the agendas or planners, is constructed on a daily and sometimes weekly basis. So if you have something you don't want to lose track of and does not pertain to the current month, this is the place to log it into. Here, I am dividing 4 pages into 3 sections, one for each month. To keep it simple, I am just writing down the month's number. Alright, now we can move on to the monthly log, basically a list of the days of the month that serves as a timeline. So you will write down events once they have already happened, or you might want to write down any tasks or events of the month. To differentiate the weeks, I left a space in between. The mental inventory will contain all your thoughts, goals, and anything that comes to your mind that needs to get organized so that you can start dividing your tasks into the daily log. I like to leave some space for notes on the daily log, and then I just write down the date of today and journal away. This is where the bullets come into play. The basic bullets are quite self-explanatory, and I guess the two that need further explanation are migrated, which is for a task you end up not doing that day. So the arrow going forward means you still have to do it. And the other one is reschedule. If time passes and you migrate a task, then you might decide that you can just do it the next or any other month. That's when you mark it with an arrow going backwards, which means that you rescheduled it in the future log. As you see, the system calls for a daily list of tasks which you must reassess at the end of the day or the next morning, and then reassign bullets in order to control your priorities and get things done once and for all. I have an in-depth video on the basics. I will link it below, but I can't stress enough the importance of reading the book by the original creator, Wether Carroll. His official site and YouTube channel are also full of resources to help you better understand the method and get the most out of it. I find it quite practical to write down the key for the bullets into a separate piece of paper that I can then paste to the back of the frontal cover for easy reference. That way I can keep it open while I am journaling. And this helps while you learn how the system works. With time, you will memorize it and won't even need the key anymore. Some people even come up with their own bullets, and that's the beauty of this method. It will be whatever you need it to be. There are no set rules. As long as it boosts your productivity, you are doing it right. And that's it for the basics. You're pretty much ready to start your bullet journal journey. But let's talk about some extras. This is a bullet journal that I will be gifting to my mother. So while I want to add some of the spreads that I add to my own journal, I want to keep it simple but beautiful. So I am starting with a simple quote from me to her that will make for a special start page. Her favorite color combination is gray with a clear aqua, so this will help me keep the main color palette very simple. I am starting adding a year at a glance spread because who doesn't need a calendar in the first page? You can just print one out and paste it, but I wanted this journal to be completely handmade, so having my hand cramping at the end was totally worth it. Adding some colored accents to the titles and other details always brings to life the blank pages. And for the future log, here I decided to add another tiny calendar for each month. Who doesn't love to write by hand 730 days? Again, if you would like to add these calendars, you can just go ahead and print them out. Done with that, I further personalized the journal by asking my mother for her 12 favorite flowers to feature one each month. Then on a separate piece of the same stone paper but blank, I made little one-line drawings of the flowers and added hints of color with watercolors. And I just pasted them in this one-page gallery to signal the beginning of the year. Here you can also get creative if you would like and print some of your favorite pictures to have a pretty start page on your journal. Then I am adding here the month's title with a fun lettering and color. And then at the bottom of the mental inventory page, I decided to add the meaning of the flower for that month. That way she has a cute detail at the beginning of each monthly. I kind of wish I could add the perfume of the flower to the page. Wouldn't that be cool? But a drawing will do for now. Knowing my mom and to make things easier for her, I will be setting up weeklies instead of a daily log. So here I am completing the first week. This journal has 160 pages, so it should be good for the whole year. Plus, she specifically asked for space to write down her recipes and a phone directory, so those will be added as collections at the back of the journal. Speaking of collections, I'm adding here a go-back spread so that she can keep track of hers and be ready in case of an emergency. And the spread that I am adding more for me than for her, because I will be setting up the spreads, is a grid spacing guide. This journal has a smaller grid of 30 by 54 squares, so this will definitely make my life easier. Stone paper has been a delight to work with. You do have to be careful because water-based inks take longer to dry. That's why I preferred permanent and alcohol markers. As the year progresses and I get more acquainted with this journal, I will be able to give my final thoughts on it. So let me know if that's a video you would be interested in watching. As you saw, the materials I used were very minimal. A permanent marker for all the titles and lines, because this was the easiest ink to work with. Then an alcohol marker and a zebra mildliner, but just because I didn't have a gray alcohol marker for the accent colors. I also used a ruler, and I will be giving my mom a pair of regular ballpoint pens just because those are the best to write on this particular paper. They slide like butter. And that is finally it. Compared to my personal journal, this is very, very minimal, but I appreciate its beauty too. And it's definitely down my mom's alley, so I know she will love it as it is. Here is the final flip through. I hope you liked the video and that it was helpful. Let me know which is your style when it comes to bullet journaling. I will be uploading more videos of this minimal series, so subscribe if you would like to see more. And as always, thank you so much for watching.